We marry the expertise of our investors with the expertise of our more than 20 people on our research team. So together, they identify both what are the needs of the relevant industries, what are the potential companies that could be invested in, and the strategic investors actually play a role in working with the company to evaluate who might be the right type of portfolio company for the fund to invest in.
I'm here today with Ed Walter, Senior Advisor at Energy Impact Partners. Ed, thanks for joining us.
Great to be here.
Can you provide an overview of EIP and discuss your investment priorities relative to the built environment?
So EIP was formed about a decade ago when some energy industry veterans got together and saw an opportunity in the energy transition. They recognized that with the advent of solar and other things, that the energy industry was going to change in a radical way. So they went out and brought together investors from the utility industry, from the clean molecules industry, and from the real estate industry to start to look at opportunities in the energy transition. Today, through a multitude of funds, EIP has over $4 billion of assets under management.
And what are some of the exciting companies you're investing in?
The areas that we have focused on that are relevant to the built environment are first around measuring emissions, secondly around enhancing energy efficiency and electrification, third is looking at microgrids and ways to be able to provide on-site electricity. And then finally, looking at the important issue of embodied carbon, which ultimately for the real estate industry is important because to the extent that we can reduce embodied carbon in the products that we're using to build our buildings, we'll ultimately be able to reduce their impact on climate. Some of the companies that we've invested in that area, on the measuring side, probably the first and foremost is Measurable, which has just reintroduced or introduced their industry-leading platform for capturing both utility data and emissions data, as well as also providing a capability for an owner to, in real time, be able to figure out how to improve the performance of their buildings from a climate standard. Another one would be Audette. Audette uses technology to allow a real estate owner to look across their portfolio and understand what the emissions issues are related to their portfolio and where might be their best places to invest. On the electrification side, there's a company called AtmosZero that has an ability to use electricity to create high-intensity steam, so 100 to 200 degree temperatures. They've actually rolled out one of their first products in a brewery in the Colorado market. The fourth company that's involved in the efficiency area is somebody called AeroSeal, which has a non-invasive technology for sealing HVAC ducting. As a result, they can reduce your energy consumption by 10 to 20%, and at the same time provide a better, cleaner air environment for tenants within a building. On the from the microgrid perspective, there's a group called Enchanted Rock, which uses clean natural gas to provide power in a particular location. So it's wonderful for backup power. It can also be a solution for a company that needs power in a location today, but the electric grid has not gotten there yet. So especially relevant to the data center industry with the challenges that they're finding around data. And then in the embodied carbon area, probably the most interesting company is somebody called Sublime. And Sublime is able to produce concrete with no emissions or no carbon emissions. They've already, it's an early stage company, but they've already received a grant to build a test plant in the New England area.
And how do you evaluate the market needs and challenges to identify areas of future R&D?
So I think the magic to the way EIP approaches this area is based on the combination of the strategic investors, who as described before, come from the utility industry, from the real estate industry, or from the clean molecules industry. We marry the expertise of our investors with the expertise of our more than 20 people on our research team. So together, they identify both what are the needs of the relevant industries, what are the potential companies that could be invested in, and the strategic investors actually play a role in working with the company to evaluate who might be the right type of portfolio company for the fund to invest in. Then we go a step further. Not only do the strategic investors play a role in selecting those, but then the whole ecosystem of Energy Impact Partners is designed to encourage investors to work with portfolio companies, both to give them feedback on their product, but also give them commercial opportunities. So to date, we've had more than $2 billion of transactions between portfolio companies and the investors. And if you think about how that works, it really creates the opportunity for the investors to both select the companies that they want to invest in and then make them successful.